Time to level.
How are ya? Watch your back.
Yes, Morpheus. Yes. Um. Phone at what time is it? It's 14. Yeah, I'm gonna stream until I have to start working. I actually fell asleep last night. And yeah, I fell asleep last night. I don't know what time it was. I think it was like 9:30. It was really early for me. I had wanted to play something, but I couldn't think of what to play. I mean, I kind of was really a little burned out on classic WoW, which happens to me quite fairly frequently because I spent 3 years, almost 3 years, playing private servers, vanilla WoW. I think. I think, oh, yeah, we're going up, up, up. That's not the way we want to go. But I had played private vanilla servers for almost 2.5, almost 3 years, and by the time Classic came out, I just got burned out on it. But playing this particular version of WoW for so long. Plus, I played it. I played the original back in 2004, and then Ken here got me all. It's all your fault, Ken. Ken got me kind of distracted by playing a little bit of the Burning Crusade server, which was fun, really fun actually, and it got me all excited about Burning Crusade. But that server just is a little laggy. It's not quite as smooth as I like. But even more important, I realized something yesterday, and that's that I don't want to make the same mistake that I made Classic WoW, which is to kind of get burned out on a version of the game before Blizzard releases its official version. Now that we know Blizzard's coming, we're like 99.9% sure Blizzard's going to release Gonna release the. That's right, kid. I'm blaming you. I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying I don't want to get burned out on Burning Crusade. Now that we know Blizzard's going to be doing Burning Crusade, I mean, really, there's no reason they wouldn't do it. Because classic WoW got them. I've watched quite a few videos on that, and let me link what quests I need to do in this zone. Wandering in circles here. This quest, a lot of quests have no objectives to track. Search crazy barrels, the fall of the motor, search the excavation team. Okay. You know, we know that Blizzard's going to release Burning Crusade, where we pretty much know that, and I'm super excited for Burning Crusade, like really excited, because I think it's the only like version of WoW. Hey, what's up, Jocelyn? I was. Well, Justin, when the Burning Crusade comes out, you will see me play probably a Protection Paladin, but I will definitely be playing a Priest and a Hunter as well. But anyways, what I want to say is I didn't want to get too involved in playing on a Burning Crusade private server, because I'm definitely going to be... I'm actually really excited about Burning Crusade, the official Blizzard version, because I think Burning Crusade is the best version of World of Warcraft. And I'm really excited for PvP, like for Arena. And I think one of the reasons I could never get really into Classic, well, a couple of reasons for that, but there's a lot of reasons for that, actually, and it would take too long to discuss. But why is my... Hold on a second. I keep trying... See what you did to me, Ken? I keep trying to throw up my Seal of Light, and I don't even have Seal of Light. It's because I played that damn Burning Crusade Paladin. But... Yeah, and I did have it where it said, instead of burn in holy fire again, it said magic missile. Magic missile. But actually, let's turn off the audio, because it just procs so often, I really don't want to hear it all the time, so. We're going to turn off the burn in holy fire. It's kind of cool, kind of a neat little sound. It was just to show you that, yes, indeed, we can. I was able to figure out the MSBT trigger for that. Yeah, but Justin, when the Burning Crusade comes out, which it will come out, I will definitely be playing, because I really want to play Arena in the Burning Crusade, and Protection Paladin is not really make for probably the best Arena character. So Priest is really, once again, is really where I want to focus my play is on the Priest. I may do a Rogue too. We'll see. Anyways, I need to get... Where's the stamp crate? There it is. I don't really get tired of the protection paladin because I haven't really actually, Justin. If you've watched my channel, I've been horribly bad at finishing leveling series. I've been horribly bad at just really getting to higher levels in Classic. And like I said, once again, it's because I played so much private vanilla WoW that I keep getting burned out on it, really. But I would love to catch up to Ken, get to 60, and start doing some raids and stuff. You know, doing some UBRS, LBRS, you know, Skolamons and that stuff, because I love those instances. But I want to be able to do it in the guild, because I really do not like grouping with people that I don't know. Because I just don't play well with others. That, to be honest, I really don't. I used to, you know, like back in the day. But I guess after playing with so many annoying people, it's kind of made me lose my filter for those types of people. The filter's broken, you know. So when I get in bad groups, I just get irritated, and it makes me not enjoy the game. So that's why I'm really hoping to just group with people in the guild at level 60. So one of the reasons why you see me play the Paladin a lot is because we were moving around servers trying to find a good server that had good balance, good faction balance, and good, you know, and just good population. And I think we finally found that. I mean, this server is really, really good. Grobbulus, I think, is pretty much, in my opinion, is the best Classic server. At least from what I've seen so far. I mean, that's a big statement to make, but what have I seen so far? Also, I like to play the Paladin because I think the Paladin doesn't get the proper respect, you know.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
But yeah, for sure, in the Burning Crusade, I mean, I love, like, the Burning Crusade. One of the coolest things about Burning Crusade is the Hunter. I mean, to me, like, the Hunter in the Burning Crusade is one of the best versions of the Hunter class in any version of World of Warcraft, because you can actually do a survival spec that's not really it's not really a good raid spec, or even like a PvE spec, but it's a phenomenal PvP spec. in that you can actually go one-on-one with classes like warriors and rogues and come out on top in most cases if you know how to play it. And that's the only version of WoW where I know that you can do that with the hunter. And it's really just fun to see rogues get super frustrated because they can't kill you. And I did a little bit of PvP. I actually did quite a bit of PvP on a hunter, on arena, and in the Burning Crusade, and that's a class I would love to revisit, you know, and just see how far I can take that class in arena. And of course the priest, it depends on what Ken's going to do. If I can get Ken to stay in Burning Crusade and not run all over the place.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
I always thought it was me that was the problem, Cam, and I'm beginning to think you're worse than I am. But I would like to see how far we can take, like, oh, really? You're going to heal? I'd like to see how far I can take the priest and the hunter in arena. I need to get to 30 so we can get Seal of Light. Don't heal, no, 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 no. Oh, you bastard. I will send you into the shadows. Ooh, double shadow. Double procs there. Nice. Oh, I freaking hammered the... Did you see that? I just hammered... I just hammered a righteous, the heal ward there when I was trying to hammer the warrior. That's pretty sad. That was pretty sad. So yeah, I think in the Burning Crusade, I already know what classes I want to play in the Burning Crusade. It's the Paladin, the Priest, and the Hunter. Those three. And possibly, like, when I get tired of playing those three, which that's a lot to play, really. I mean, that should keep me busy the whole expansion. But I could play a rogue at some point. But I don't really think I want to do that. I want to focus just on those three classes, which is the same classes I wanted to play. Well, here it's the same class I want to play on this server. But I don't want to play Burning Crusade anymore, Ken. I do not want to get burned out in any way, so for the Burning Crusade, because I want to just keep that, because when I jumped into the Burning Crusade in that private server on Endless, I actually really liked it. I was like, wow, this is awesome, you know. I was really excited about it. The only thing that really made me not play there was just that the server was kind of, it wasn't like this server. I got spoiled. As much as people love private servers, and private servers are awesome, they really were. A Blizzard run server definitely just runs really nice, you know. These classic servers run so smoothly. Got to get this crocodile. Wow. That stupid Burning Crusade server. I leveled through my talent so fast. I was already like 4 out of 5 on Reckoning, or 5 out of 5 on Reckoning. That's the other thing that's really... One thing that's really interesting, and this is probably... You can't really take it... You have to take it with a grain of salt because it's a private server. But on that Burning Crusade server, Ken... well, you want to play the dual-wield Shaman? Actually, dual-wield Shaman in Burning Crusade is pretty good, Michael. I first really played... I never could get into Shaman. That's one of those classes that, for whatever reason, I could just never get into. But the only one I ever played that I kind of liked was the Enhancement Shaman. I think it was in Cataclysm that my buddy played Enhancement Shaman, and he'd never played a Shaman before. And I played a Mage, and neither of us had PvP'd on those classes in Arena, and we... Yeah, and we just ran all the way up to like almost 1900 in like a day. Like it was like so overpowered. I mean, not that it was overpowered, but the Enhancement Shaman had really high burst, and the Mage with mirror images and stuff had really high burst, and it was just like that. we would just jump in and pick a target and drop all our cooldowns and just see if we could get a win. And if we couldn't, then we'd lose because neither of us knew how to play our class. Like, not in arena anyway. You know, we were terrible. But we still managed to go straight to 900 just doing, like, the one-trick pony thing, you know? Yeah, I'm done with private servers, Ken. These Blizzard run servers just run so much nicer. And we have people here invested in, you know, we got people invested in the guild. And I think we really need to get... You're already 60, so, but I really want to get to 60 and start doing 60 stuff, you know, on this server in our guild. I think that's going to be our most enjoyable, at least for me anyway. Until the Burning Crusade comes out, I think that's going to be the most fun. And hopefully, I mean, they had the poll for Burning Crusade to say, well, what, you know, how do you guys want us to implement Burning Crusade? Do you want it to be that the server you're on, the classic vanilla server? I hate classic. I hate that word classic. I wouldn't have called them classic servers. I probably would have called it... I guess it's not a horrible name. But, like, now when you come out with Burning Crusade, do you call it classic Burning Crusade? I would have called it Legacy WoW. And when Burning Crusade came out, I would have called it Legacy Burning Crusade. Or, you know, or Burning Crusade Legacy or something. You know what I mean? Because now what's happening is they're saying that Burning Crusade is not going to be called, like, classic Burning Crusade. Maybe it is. But they haven't really been referring to it that way. So then, you know, and because it's hard to say, like, if you say classic WoW, what is that? What does that mean? You know, like, because there's vanilla WoW. You know, classic is a word that refers to, you know, the vanilla version of WoW. But if you're going to Burning Crusade, you're going to call it classic. I don't know. I would have preferred Legacy. That's all I'm saying. Legacy WoW, Legacy Burning Crusade, Legacy Wrath. It's all basically the, you know, the original versions of those expansions. Oh man, I got all the Crocodile Skists already? Wow, that's really unusual to get. I wonder if they tweaked the drop rate, because that's crazy to get them all that fast. Alright, well, let's head back to town, turn in the quest. I really need to clear room, you know, room in my inventory, because it's kind of a mess. But what I was saying about the Burning Crusade was that Reckoning was proccing a lot more on Burning Crusade, on the Burning Crusade server, than I'm used to it proccing. And even on private vanilla servers, Reckoning wasn't proccing that much, so I don't think that they, like, tweaked it on the Burning Crusade. I'm wondering, because remember, Reckoning is... well, I mean, it has a percentage. It was just proccing a lot. I mean, I was going into fights, and Reckoning was proccing almost like once per fight. You know, or maybe even more than that, which seemed strange. It could just be that the crit rate of the mobs was a lot higher. Which, the tweaking of the mobs, the tuning of the mobs on that Burning Crusade server was weird, Ken. It was really strange. I mean, I was wearing like 3 or 4 blue items, and I was killing mobs that were my level or even below my level, and I was still getting hit, like, really hard. So that was a little bit strange to me. Wow, these guys are... you know, I got pretty good gear, and yet if I take on just 2 mobs, I'm losing a lot of health. So that was a little bit odd. Like you can see here, I don't have I mean, I have a nice sword, obviously, but I don't have any blue gear, really. Got 1 blue item here. Other than that, it's in my weapon. That's it. Oh, in my shield. Weapon, you know. And yet I can still take mobs that are, you know, I can go AoE like 3 mobs without too much issue. You guys are well level. Yeah, the combat seemed off. Like, there was something weird going on in the combat. It didn't seem tuned very well. And I didn't play it enough to really realize if to determine whether or not it was consistent, you know. It didn't feel consistent. Like, mobs that were like a couple levels above, like, for example, like if I'm like 5 levels over a mob, in any version of WoW I've played previously, I pretty much crush the mob if I'm like 5 levels over them. Like this mob here is 21. Like if I was just killing this one bluegill Murloc who's level 21, I would take like almost no damage. But on that Burning Crusade client, it felt like even mobs that were like way beneath me were still hitting me for a lot of damage, which I don't have a problem with if it's consistent. You know, it's just a matter of kind of readjusting how you approach combat with that scenario. Oh, yeah, and the movement. There was a lot of weird things. One of the things is like if I had my camera zoomed in a little bit, and I was doing this, and I was going to right click on the screen to turn the screen. Like let's say I was here, and I was killing this mob. If this Murloc did a quick jump to my left, to my right, my left, and his right, and then I just right clicked the screen, just right clicked it like this. You see the hand cursor disappear. I just right clicked the screen. The screen would do this. It would go and jump. Like sometimes it would jump this way, sometimes it would jump that way. It was like jumping. And I don't know why I was doing that. That was really odd. Because I've never had that happen on any version of WoW before, so it certainly wasn't my mouse. You know, it was something to do with the client. And then the other thing is your character kept disappearing. Like whenever you walked through hallways and archways, my character would disappear on the screen. And sometimes if I was just, turning the camera, my character would disappear. So it was weird. There definitely were a lot of little bugs. I went back and I watched Goblin's video on it, and he was talking about the server, and he was kind of talking it up, seeing how good it is. And that's one thing I can tell you, Ken, about Goblin is he's a pretty good guy. I mean, he seems like a nice person, and he does a pretty good job with his videos. But he's kind of a fanboy, and I am too. But I mean, he gets a little bit overexcited very easily. And you'll see that on his in his videos, and I'll never forget. One classic went into beta, and they were giving out beta keys. He didn't get one, and man, was he butthurt. I mean, he was like really upset. I think he thought, well, I'm a YouTube streamer, and I have like 10,000 subscribers or something, and they should let me in the, and they should give me a beta key. And it was pretty funny because he was definitely not happy. And what was the funny part was I had gotten, yeah. Yeah, I know. I used to. I found Metagoblin because he did a video on when I first started playing private servers, for the first time. I was playing a hunter, and I had played a hunter in vanilla, and since 2004 or 2005, 2004 to 2006 is when vanilla was, right? The original version of WoW. So it had been that long since I had played that class in that version of WoW. So I was like, man, I don't remember all this stuff. And so when I searched on YouTube for, private. Like vanilla WoW hunter guide, what I found was Metagoblin's guide on the hunter, and it's the first time I'd seen his channel, and I watched his video, and it was actually pretty good. He was playing like an orc hunter, I think, and I'm pretty sure the video was him in Shimmering Flats, if I remember correctly. And but yeah, he didn't get a beta key, and he kept kind of like mentioning. You can just tell the way he said it. He's like, yeah, and I didn't get invited, and even though I didn't get invited, I'm still excited for Classic, but, I'm kind of sad, mad I didn't get a key. He was really upset about it. And the real funny part was I had gotten a key and didn't even know I'd gotten a key because I hadn't been checking my email. I honestly didn't think I would get a key, I didn't think I hadn't played the game, and what is this? Mail. Is this better than mine? Ooh, it is. Well, it's very... No, it's not, because I haven't slept. Oh, good. I'm glad my inventory is full because I might want this cloak. No, my cloak's better. But yeah, I'd actually had a beta key, and what had happened was it was on my old Hotmail account that I don't really use that much anymore. But when I played WoW and it came out in 2004, that was the email account I kind of used primarily. And so, but Blizzard's always been tied to that account, except for this account. This account is tied to my Gmail account. Well met. And so that account gets so much email because I've had it since 1994. So I get so much email on the account. So it's easy to have to miss stuff, And light bless you. I know I've told this story 1,000 times. It's just funny though every time when I think about it. And so what had happened was, I'll show you what had happened. As I kept logging into the client, thinking, well, if I got, I just would log in and say, well, do I have? Because you have to resubscribe to WoW to actually be able to. Supposedly, it was proven that some big name streamers didn't actually have active accounts, and yet they still got beta keys. But what had happened is, if I log in, actually, this isn't what I want to do. But what was happening was, instead of like checking my email for a beta key, I was just opening the Blizzard launcher like this and figuring, well, if I'd heard that if you got invited to the beta, you would be able to launch from the launcher. Or well, actually, I didn't hear that. I just thought I probably would be able to see something in the launcher or something. So I would like log in and I would say, okay, look, World of Warcraft play, whatever. And I was like, okay, well, I don't see anything here. I was looking in the launcher for something about the beta, and I couldn't find anything here. And I think I did check my email, but I didn't see anything. But my old email account had so many emails, so like it had actually gone into I think the spam folder. But then the way I found out that I actually got invited to the beta one time was I noticed these little symbols here. These didn't used to be here. It used to just be like World of Warcraft, right? But I noticed these two symbols. And I was like, wait a minute, what's this? I was like, oh, it's a drop down. And then I noticed that it was a drop down. Click that and install Classic. And that's how I actually knew that I had the game. Because until then, I didn't even know. And then once I saw that, then I went back into my email and went to the spam folder and saw, because I was curious, when did I get the email? And I'd gotten the email like 3 or 4 or 5 weeks prior. So I could have been playing it for like 3 or 4 weeks and didn't even know it. Alright, so let's clear some inventory room. I have the finest wares. Typically these are leggings I end up using, but because the strength and agility stamina is actually really good, but it's not going to trump the intellect. Spell that.
Watch your back. How are you? Hey, good.
But to go back to what I was talking about with the Burning Crusade, actually I got all those Murloc fins.
Walk with you.
6. Oh, we have quite a lot of food. A lot of food, actually.
Talk to me. Watch your back.
But going back to the Burning Crusade and how they're going to release it, they're talking about the different variations, the different ways they could do it. Would be to take the server we're on right now and just install Burning Crusade on top of it, and you would be able to naturally progress this character, all the way to level 70. Just continue on, take your character and continue playing on the same server. The server now has the Burning Crusade content. The other ways that they were thinking about doing it would be that this server stays just, just stays vanilla only or classic, vanilla content only, and you would actually transfer your character to another server that had Burning Crusade. And then the other option was, what was the other? There were like 4 options, and then one of the other options was that you could create a new character on a new server that was Burning Crusade, and that character would start at level 58. The other options was you could create a new character on a new server that was a Burning Crusade server, and you would start at level 1. And there was one that they gave you the option to, I think, transfer to those servers as well. You could start a new character there at 1, or start a new character there at possibly 58. One of those 2 options, and you could also transfer, maybe transfer your character there, like from here to there. So there's a lot of different options. Ooh, what do we got going here? Let me see. Where's my? Is that Korean? Hold on a second. You have to forgive my lack of Asian characters. See if I can figure this language out. Man, Google Translate sucks. So Lee, it is Lee. Hello, Lee. How you doing? It is Chinese. So yeah, like, let me send some stuff to my priest here. I have way too much stuff in my inventory, as you guys can tell. As far as, like, for me, like, I think the best way to do Burning Crusade would be to just install it on the servers you're already on. I mean, like, I think people, this is a good server. We enjoy this server, Grobbulus. What I would do is, if I was Blizzards, I would say, okay, install Burning Crusade on this server. And what I would do is I would create some vanilla, I keep saying vanilla, I would create some classic servers that are just vanilla content, only, and that they're always only going to be that content. So if there's people that only want to play vanilla WoW, then they could transfer from the server they're on to that server. Now, a lot of people wouldn't like transferring. Of course, well, actually, plus you don't even really need that, because if you just give people the option to, here's what I would do. Let's just scratch all that. What I would do is give people the option to turn off XP, like you have in retail WoW. Like, right, you can go to, like, Stormwind, you can go to there's a person there near the King's Chamber in Stormwind, and you can just talk to that guy and say, disable XP. So no matter what you do, you're not going to gain any more XP, you're not going to level, right? And that way, yeah, the server would have Burning Crusade content on it, but you still would just, you'd always be level 60. We're going to get past 60. That's what I would do. And then just, all the servers would have Burning Crusade installed on them. You wouldn't have to roll out new servers. You wouldn't have to do transfers. Although Blizzard could, if they wanted to be a little bit slimy about it, they could force people to, if they wanted to play Burning Crusade, to transfer to a server that had Burning Crusade, and they could charge you. They'd make like one character transfer free, but then they would charge you for more than one, which would be a little bit sleazy on their part, because, obviously most people are going to have more than one character. But it's a way for them to generate more money. Which I'm happy about that, because I have stock in Blizzard, so let's generate more money for Blizzard so their stock goes up. So my stock, so I'm making some money at least. I sold my last stock at Blizzard, which I was kind of happy about because I did it right before the price dropped out. It was before the whole Diablo fiasco. Alright. I leveled to 27, didn't even notice. I'm yakking and I'm still half asleep, to be honest. So yeah, we're still in the protection tree, and we really don't. There's really no option here but to go. Pretty much, it's a no-brainer at that point. Based on Blizzard's poll, I would think that, after they get their feedback, I'm assuming that behind the scenes Blizzard's already created the Burning Crusade server, is already working on it. They know they're going to do it. They were just trying to figure out how to launch it. But as to when they would actually come out with the Burning Crusade servers that we could start playing Burning Crusade, I think it's probably still, at the earliest would be some like August time frame would be like the earliest, and I think that would be like a kind of a surprise if they came out that early.
What's on your mind?
I'm going to. I think I've said before that I thought they would announce them probably in August,
What can I do for you?
or at BlizzCon they would announce them, and I think that still probably makes the most sense. So I think that we're going to see Burning Crusade probably either December, like we'll be able to play Burning Crusade in December, November or December, or if not, then it would be like March of the next year. But that's going to be my guess. It'd be like December. Or like March of the following year. And that they'll announce that they're going to do the Burning Crusade in either right before BlizzCon or at BlizzCon. I did it again, Ken. I tried to throw up Seal of Light. But when is BlizzCon this year? They haven't canceled it yet, I'm sure. BlizzCon 2020. So BlizzCon is 2020. It'll be October 30th, 31st, or November 6th and 7th. So that's pretty. I'll see October, November. Yeah. So I don't know. That's a long time to wait before they even announce what they're gonna do. I would imagine they'll announce Burning Crusade before then. That's just my personal opinion. We'll hear about whether or not they're gonna do Burning Crusade. I think before BlizzCon. I just think that's a long time to wait.
You can kiss your ass goodbye. You can kiss your ass goodbye.
I wish I knew Chinese. I wish I knew Chinese and Korean. And Japanese. But Chinese and Korean first. One of these days. Maybe I'll start taking some classes. You know, there's a cool way to learn, like Chinese or Korean or Japanese. And when I played in the Lineage 2 betas, I played the Lineage 2 Korean beta, and actually someone had created an add-on that you could install into Lineage 2 that actually translated. Like, it was really cool. Like, if I hit the enter key, it would have a little button here that I could click to switch between languages. And if I clicked, like, it like translated for me. So if I typed in English, it would translate to like Korean characters. And it actually helped me to start learning, you know, the Korean language, because I'd be typing in English and I'd see what the, at least I'd be able to recognize what the symbols were. I mean, it wasn't like I could write Korean, but if I saw the symbols, I knew what they meant. I might not know, because there might be, like, if you look here, this guy's Chinese name, Lee. There's 3 Chinese characters there. I might not know what each character means, but I know that all 3 of them together mean, like, Li, Hing Quan, whatever, you know, whatever Lee's name is. So it's kind of cool, and I would learn stuff like, you know, hello, how are you, do you need help? Just by typing those in and seeing those characters come up, I'd start to pick up on certain characters and what they meant. It was kind of cool. I'd like to see them do that in more, you know, more games. Translators and stuff like that, because then people would start to pick up on at least a little bit of the languages. You know, it'd be kind of neat. I miss my my trigger.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Double shadow bolt procs right there, nice. Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola. Not really seeing the double magic missiles. Magic missile. Burn in holy fire. Burn. Yes, Morpheus. Yes, burn in holy fire. I'm not seeing my items, so here's one. Maybe move around a little bit on this. This shows you how often the fiery weapon procs. It's a lot. So I had 6 different procs in that fight. 2 shadow bolts and 6 weapon procs. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Fiery weapon accounts for 11.6% of my overall damage. My shadow bolts are going to be way down. They're actually doing more than my shield spike,
You can
though.
kiss your ass goodbye.
Ooh, somebody just buffed me. There they are. And I had a mount too, Ken. Thank you very much. On the Burning Crusade server. So Ken got me all spoiled. I had Seal of Light, I had a mount, I had freaking 5 points in a Reckoning. And then I come back to this character and I get... all I have is Magic Missile. I had so much rest time built up though, Ken. Look, I still haven't even gone through all my rest time. Getting 340 experience per kill. Parkour! Oh, failed parkour. Shadow Bolt. Oh, man, and I'm not a hunter. I just got a blue drop, Ken. Epic! Epic loot! Double-barreled shotgun of double-barreled goodness. I can see my blue, my blue RNG luck still holds. Yeah, still missing 2 fragments here. Wow. It's almost as if I'm playing on the Burning Crusade server still. Yeah, right. I would have had like 3 blues by now. RNG God still on my side. Ah, there's another one. There's my dirt. I guess I just need one more of these. So for some reason, Ken, my I've got a video, a Daredevil video I put on my channel, you know, from the Daredevil Netflix show. Just a little clip I had put on my channel like years ago, like, and it's always gotten a lot of views, and it's gotten more views than any video on my channel. And I love Daredevil. I'm a big fan of Daredevil. I'm a big fan of the Punisher. I'm a big fan of Power Man and Iron Fist. You know, I bought a lot of comics when I was a kid.
You
Man,
can kiss your ass goodbye.
Of course, the Iron Fist show that they created was just absolutely terrible. But for whatever reason, the Daredevil video just went skyrocketed the last week. The views on it just went through the roof, and I don't know why. I did a research and I couldn't find anything on the internet about, you know, anything related to Daredevil. But I mean, the views on that video just went through the roof. But it like kind of made me realize, you know, people who and I'll show you right here. Check this out. Here's my views on my channel in the last 28 days. Normally I get around this many, you know, per day, like around 1,000. And all of a sudden, right around here, oh, it's almost 10,000 views in a day. This is all due to this video here, Sticking Daredevil. You know, I think if you look at revenue, like I usually get like, you know, a dollar a day maybe. But even just at getting, around maybe, you know, 18,000 views or something, or 20,000 views a day, you're making $7 a day. So I think it's... I gotta turn that music down. So I think it's really interesting when you think about people who, like Asmongold, or anybody who has a lot of... It's just amazing how much money people can make on YouTube, you know? Like, if you're only getting, like, even just 20,000 views a day, you're making, you know, like 7 or 8. And that's not including any kind of money that people might donate to you if you're streaming a lot and people maybe throw money at you. You know, you could be making, like... Well, let's say I made $8 a day. That'd be what, $240 a month? Like, that's estimated revenue, of course, right? Burn in holy fire, magic missile. Where is my final item? But it doesn't take. I mean, it seems like a lot. You know, like to get a lot of views, but it really isn't that much. These people though that have like you know, people have like, you know, 20 million subscribers or whatever, or 1 million subscribers. It's just the amount of money they must be pulling in is just insane. Where is that last item? Can't seem to find it. That last fragment is being very elusive. strange. Unless it's up here somewhere, but that's no. I've never seen it up there before. You know, by where the named boss is. Very strange. Wait, there it is. I just found it. It's this. The reason I didn't see it is because out of the corner of my eye, I probably saw this, but it looked like part of this wall here, because the way it's sitting in this shape like this. So that was very sneaky of Blizzard to have that spawn like that. Very sneaky indeed. You know, if I was walking like this, I would have thought it was just part of this wall. So that was pretty funny. That's why it's a good idea to do what I was doing and just take your cursor and just kind of move it around until it turns into the hand. Because sometimes your eyes will fool you. Scotoma. The mind sees what it wants to see. My mind wanted to see that as part of the brick wall. And did I even get that ore node over there? I don't think I did. Always a nice shoulder for clothies, because it's cool looking. I'll tell you one thing, Ken. I've gained probably a couple pounds since I started working at home, because you're not really getting around as much. Not walking around as much, just sitting at home. I work from home now, like getting on the computer in the morning, working. So definitely has affected my. I'm gonna have to start doing like in the morning, like get up and do some push-ups and some sit-ups or something, because I'm not getting enough exercise. But just, eating at home, constantly being at home like all day, it's easier to just, grab a bite to eat, grab a snack here and there. Whereas like when I'm in the office, I don't even think about eating. I'm just working, and for lunch I'll come home and grab something to eat. Now I'm like, oh yeah, I grab a soda, maybe grab a cookie. Oh, maybe I'll, and it's even just a way to get away from work, because you're at home and you're like, yeah, I'll just, Very easy to get distracted. I'm really lucky. I'm really fortunate. There's a lot of people who have lost their jobs. A lot of people have lost their jobs. I know my friend Minus over at Pantheon Plus, he's lost his job. I was talking to him today, actually yesterday, and he said that he's got enough money to float him for 6 months, which is that's good. I mean, and if I lost my job, I don't think I could go 6 months. I mean, I could go a while, but probably not 6 months without money. My rent is so expensive. What are the chances, Ken, that this black ooze gives me it gives me Cetus bag? I had that happen once on a private server where the first mob I killed out here that could have given me Cetus bag gave me Cetus bag, and it's in one of my video streams if you go on my channel, and the chance is so low. Because the drop rate on the Cetus bag is much higher when you go into the crypts and kill the Crimson Oozes. That's a lot of procs. Oh, 100% no. My RNG is pretty good, but it's not that good. Although I did just get 4 fiery procs in a row, it looked like. Wow, I certainly didn't get much in the way of loot there. I got nothing. I looted 4 raptors and my target dummy, and I got nothing. What are the chances of that? What are the chances of that? I looted 4 raptors and a target dummy, and I got no loot. There's some shitty RNG right there. How are we doing our food buff? I think it fell off, right? Yeah, but my people like flocking to that one video. It looks like it's finally curtailing off. But wow, to see my views go up, you know, like that for just one video is pretty unbelievable. Maybe I need to do more random videos on on DC characters, Marvel comic characters.
You can kiss your ass goodbye. You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Ooh. Did I run past it? I did, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I'm like, where am I going? Oops.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
I was trying to land on that bone and I missed.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Oh, look at Bird Spell. Jonathan's level 31. A ways to go now. 10 minutes 25.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Yeah, I think with the fiery and the shadow bolt, I would imagine that I could probably use this weapon probably well into 30s.
You can kiss your ass goodbye. You can kiss your ass goodbye. You can kiss your ass goodbye.
I was fine. Hey, you want to help? I will not turn down help. I don't know, Ken. I may jump off and get like an hour's sleep. I'm getting sleepy again. I may jump off and get myself like an hour's worth of sleep before I have to work. It is currently, well, it's 7:38, so if I go to bed at 8, I can still sleep for another hour and a half before I work. The Procodin. Wait till I get, wait till we get like Look at all those other like abilities, like the chest, you know, like lovely. You know what I mean? And then we get like uh, some other abilities, you know, like my trinket. You know, we'll have the trinket procs, we'll have the chest, you know, the BP proc. Ah, shit. Don't die. 12% health. Proc it in. Yeah, I have it turned on right now to proc for to show the trigger. But if I get annoyed, I'll turn that trigger off. Sometimes I don't want to see those procs all the time, you know. I don't mind the shadow one because it just doesn't happen very often. But creating those triggers are really nice because it gives you a really good feeling for how often certain things proc, you know. And you get to see that, like, actually the Shadow Bolt sometimes does, you know, it's very RNG based, but, you know, you saw sometimes I'll have double procs of the Shadow Bolt. So it's very bursty if you get lucky with RNG. And you can burst like 5 or 6 procs in a row, which I've done. Shadow Bolt. It's cool looking too. Soulbreaker would be the Paladin. Well, I've talked to people that say that a super fast attack speed doesn't, like, there's some sort of weird calculation where, you know, like, because you get procs based on every time you swing, you have a chance to proc things. And I've talked to people, I've seen people discuss it where they say, well, it doesn't really work out the way you think it would. Like, you would think a faster weapon would equal more damage because you have more chance to proc extra righteous damage and stuff, but I guess a higher level weapon, I don't know. There's a formula, I guess, out there that says that the weapon speed doesn't matter once you go to a certain speed, but I don't really know what it is. And there's a lot of people have talked about it, but me myself personally, I actually really enjoy fast weapon speed, so that would be, to me, I wouldn't I wouldn't mind having that weapon. You know, it's kind of an interesting looking weapon. It would be a lot better if chance to hit target enemy gives you 12 health. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's that whole... Is it the proc per minute thing? Is that what it is? Yeah. I don't know. I don't really fully understand. That's the one thing I never fully understood, is they're saying, like, well, you can only proc so often per minute. Is that what it is? Yeah. I can understand why Blizzard would put a limit on it, though. They wouldn't want you to abuse it. But you've seen with the flurry axe, though, that the flurry axe that the flurry axe is by far the best paladin weapon.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Excuse me. Until you get like some of the 60 blues, you know the dungeon weapons and stuff. The flurry axe is pretty much the best weapon for a paladin, for a protection paladin. What did I enchant my flurry axe with? Yeah, I don't fully understand. If it's procs per minute, that makes sense. They're just saying, well, you can only have so many per minute, you know? Jesus. The Procodin. There's a lot of procs. But, yeah, and of course we can get the Flurry Axe at, you know, Booty, or not Booty Bay, but Gadgetzan. It's not as good for Horde. I'm getting sleepy. It's not as good for Horde because the Horde don't have a Paladin. I mean, they do have the Shaman, but the Flurry Axe is better for the Paladin because the Paladin has Retribution. Or Reckoning, sorry, Reckoning. And, you know, Shaman, I don't think it has anything like that. What did I have on my Flurry Axe, though? Did I have Life Stealing enchanted on mine? Last time I had Flurry Axe on my Paladin, I can't remember what... it probably was. It probably was Life Stealing. Or we could have done... you know, the
Talk to me.
Blazing Enchant, but I don't think that's really that... I don't know.
Off with you.
That's new. Parkour!
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Failed parkour. Failed parkour.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Or did I just leave the hefty battle hammer of the monk? Oh, that's a 3.2. Ah, don't fall off, you bastard.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Ooh, killed by a shadow. Oh. I'm gonna guess that on the Flurry Axe I put Lifesteal, but I can't remember. I mean, it would have been nice to put like Fiery on the Flurry Axe. Maybe that's what I put on there. I wonder how many procs we could get, Ken. Like, how many items could I do to basically get the most procs possible? Oh, I send the into the shadows. Yeah, I think you're right. I think at 60 there's probably... Which test are you thinking of? I know there's definitely some different weapons that we're going to see at 60, you know, like items I've probably never even used before. Because I haven't done a lot, you know, I haven't done a lot of Protection Paladin in, like, the 60 dungeons, you know?
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Like, on the private service when I was 16, I had the, you know, the Skull Flame Shield and all that. I was tanking, you know, BRD and stuff, but I hadn't really gone into, like, UBRS and LBRS yet. So we have, you know, there's a lot of ground I haven't covered with Protection Paladin in Vanilla WoW, you know? A lot of ground. A lot of ground has yet to be recovered, you know? I've never gotten the force reactive disc, which I need. I want to be shooting lightning bolts out my arse. You know what I mean? Aye, and if Willem Wallace were here, he'd be shooting lightning bolts out of his arse. I can't do a Scottish accent, that's for sure. Yeah. Seems like I proc. This is gonna make you laugh, but it seems like I proc the. Although it's not happening now, but it seemed like I was procking the flaming enchant, the fiery enchant, burn holy fire more when my consecration was up, but that doesn't make any sense. And now it's procking like left and right. Look at that, 5 procs. It's crazy.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
You know. Hey, babe. Ooh, Ramstein's lightning bolt. Amber's mad at me because she got up. For some reason, she went to sleep on the couch this morning. I guess she was having a hard time sleeping in bed. Maybe I was snoring. I don't know. And then I went out there because I was going to play WoW, and so I woke her up. So she's like all tired. Ramstein's lightning bolt's a trinket. I know that. Harness the power of lightning. Oh, that's out of use. It's a 5-minute cooldown, which is pretty long, but it's not like horribly long. The best trinkets are the ones that are like 3-minute cooldowns, because that's pretty short. 5's not too bad though. 3-minute cooldown, like when you're in dungeons and you're doing like 5-6, you know, mob pulls, you can do the 3-minute trinket almost every pull, you know, because by the time you pull down the mobs, it's almost 3 minutes. Yeah, the Ramsey's lightning bolts will definitely be fun. That plus, you know, we'll have the... If I can get the force reactive disc, we'll just be like shoot. And then, of course, my ultimate goal, like the one thing I want more than anything, and you know what it is, Ken, As Thunder Fury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker. If I had that, I could even PvP with that. I could set up like a Protection Paladin PvP build that would be amazing. Do I have any? I need to get some room here. I seem to be running out of room. Orpheus. We don't want this. This is worth about 34 silver. Now my inventory is completely full. Yeah, if I had the Force Reactive Disc, Thunder Fury, and some other stuff, the AoE I would be doing would just be unbelievable. I'd be walking around just shattering. It would be unbelievable. I would be a very happy person if I could get that. You know, I'd be super happy. Not only that, I could do some amazing PvP as well. I've done some research on it, and there's some pretty really strong Protection Paladin builds with Thunder Fury, where you're speccing down into, I believe, Holy Shock with Thunder Fury. Yeah, I don't know. Or you could just do prod. You could even just do a prod build. I don't know. It'd be pretty crazy. I think we're gonna head back to town because our inventory is a total disaster. And I really need to change my hearth to the inn at Menethil, because it's just, yeah, it's like I spent a lot of time going to Menethil Harbor and, you know, heading up to these areas, so it's almost better to put your hearth here, not Goldshire. I know. Is that... isn't there a two-hand version of that too? There's the one-hand and the two-hand, is that right? But this one, yeah, this for me would be like blast your enemy with lightning, then jumping additionally right enemies. Each jump reduces the danger damage. Your primary target is all consumed by a cyclone. Yeah, if I had this plus the Force Reactive Disc, I just would be unbelievable. Unbelievable. But to get it, you've got to get all the items, then you have to go kill that boss out in Silithus, and oh man, that's like takes a whole raid just to down that guy. So you basically have to have a whole guild, a whole raid just there just to help you get the item for Thunder Fury. Is it that one? Yeah, well no, that's different. See, that's a different quest, isn't it? Sulfurous, that's just where you get the one item and then you start picking up all the ingots. Then when you get enough, you can like craft it, I think. I don't know. It's funny, I've never done any of those legendary vanilla quests. There's the priest one for Benediction, there's Sulfurous, there's Thunder Fury. And I've never actually done the full quest lines on any of them. I started to on my Paladin on one of the versions of WoW, like in retail. Yeah, you need like 100 Arcanine bars. I started to do that one on my Paladin in retail, and I was going with to get the ingots though. It takes a while. Like you're running MC over and over again to get those like, ingots. What is it called? Like a sulfurous ingot or something. And it takes a while to get, And even like me, when I was like level, doing it like level 80 or something, and going in there and just soloing MC, But I wasn't really, my heart wasn't into it. I was busy doing other stuff, so I wasn't really doing it religiously, like running MC and, trying to farm it. Oh shit, I thought that was going to ding me, but I'm still a little bit off. I'm going to change my hearth to here, and then I'm going to head to the head to Darkshire. Uh-oh, Kenneth's gone offline.
You got my attention.
Hold on a second. Got 3. Let's see how it's spicy.
What can I get for you today? Off with you.
You gonna take a cat nap? Alright, I'll see you, Ken. I need to probably take a little bit of a nap as well before I start work.
How are ya? Watch your back.
I actually like to switch over to make this my home. I bet about this level. Usually I could do it even a little sooner, but that's alright. It's fine.
Well met. Safe travels. What can I do for you? Have a good one.
Gonna take a while to fly to Stormwind, so I will be right back. Alright, back. What time is it? It is 8:01. We'll check the auction house. I mean, we pretty much, we're out leveling all our gear. I'm level 27 and I got 15. I mean, look at all these level 15 items. I need shoulders. Really what I need to replace is gloves, belt, boots, necklace, shoulders, and that's about it. The rest of the stuff I have is just is okay. Things aren't exactly very cheap, are they? Green iron gauntlets. Strength ability. I mean, for a gold, I can get this one. This male combat one is only 40 silver. It's level 29. Mm-hmm. 139 gold. Wow. Plus, they're kind of cool looking. That's one of the reasons why they're so expensive. Seen a lot of stuff around level 29. Just. I hate buying any of this stuff. Ken said he can make some of these things, so I really need to check with him. 15 stamina. Like the green iron helm, Ken should be able to make that. Green iron shoulders, green iron leg guards. There's a lot of green iron stuff, the green iron gloves. So I really need to hold off on all that stuff. See if he can make it for me. If he can, that would be a great help, of course.
Hello.
Ooh. Still a disaster, it looks like. How do I have multiple bags? Oh, it's a bag of marbles or bad flash bomb. Mild spice. I wish this was hot spices.
Safe travels.
to about 20 gold across those two characters. Staff of Horrors. No one's gonna buy that. Room inventory, right? What do we need here? Coffee don't work. What you can do is you can enchant items like these bracers with strength, and it drastically increases the value of these items. 5 stamina, 3 strength. It's not bad. This up at 0.4 gold. So rogue, if he's a sword spec rogue. Hunter. Alright guys, I think that's it for this stream. I think I'm going to try to get a little bit of sleep in before I have to start work at 9:30. Let me check my other bankers here real quick. But yeah, I'm gonna log off here in a second. I just want to check my warrior here and see if she's got anything that needs to be offloaded. I don't think she does. Need to give her some bags. Go bags. Nice. Alright guys, that's it. I hope everybody has a great Friday, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.